Upon the release of Bambi, the company had been taken over by the government that forced them to make, you guessed it, propaganda cartoons. Fun for a whole fucking family. And the only full-length features they were allowed to release were package films. A package film is a full-length feature that is made up of several shorts. Even if I didn't see any of these films as a kid, I actually become quite attached to them in recent years. The first of these package films was Saludos, Amigos, which feature classic Disney characters in Latin American adventures. The Disney animators got the inspiration for this film when they went on a goodwill trip to Brazil. Of all the films the studio done, this is one of the funniest. The film makes a lot of different sort of humor, all with hilarious results. One short features Goofy trying to become a gaucho, which of course results in the usual Goofy matters. But the one thing that everybody remembers from Saludos Amigos is Yoshi Carioca, Donald's cousin. Relaxed and fun-loving. Yoshi is pretty much the opposite of Donald, but they do make a great duo. Saludos Amigos is also a partly live-action educational video about South American culture, but it doesn't distract from all the humor in Saludos Amigos.
Que tal uma cachaçinha agora, hein? Saúde!
Down the hatch, Chop.
Muito obrigado.
The Disney animators were so proud over the results of Saludos Amigos that they decided to make yet another film set in Latin America, titled The Three Caballeros. In this one we are not just meeting Donald and Yoshi again, but is even introduced to a new character, the Mexican rooster Panchito Pistoles. Together they are the Three Gay Caballeros. The Three Caballeros is noteworthy for being the first ever color film that blends animation with live action, and after 54 years the special effects are still effective. With that said, the film does drag a bit too long and does become a tad too crazy for my taste, but I would be lying if I said that it isn't very funny. In 1946 we saw the release of one of the studio's most underrated movies, Make Mine Music, which is kind of a smaller version of Fantasia, but instead of classical symphonies we are here treated with some excellent original songs, including my all-time favorite Disney song, Blue Bayou.
I hear the echo of our song of love, murmuring low, and here am I, still haunted by the ghost of long ago.
The next package film was Fun and Fancy Free, which consists of 2 segments. One is the story of Bungo, a circus bear that ends up in the forest, And the other one is Mickey and the Beanstalk, and I guess I don't need to tell you what that is about. The segments are told by Jiminy Cricket and famous ventriloquist Edgar Bergen. These two has the funniest and most enjoyable moments in the film, but the segments themselves is pretty forgettable. In 1948, Disney released yet another disappointment with Melody Time. The film is pretty much a sequel to Make My Music, since most of the segments don't have any dialogue and instead uses songs and monologue to move the story along, but while the segments in Make My Music is original, the segments in Melody Time is just uninspired and boring. The only good ones is Johnny Appleseed, that tells the story of the life-loving settler that then grows old and dies. Another one is Blame It on the Samba, where we for the last time meet Yoshi Karaoke. My personal favorite of these package films came in 1949, titled The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad. The film is made up by two segments. One is The Wind in the Willow, which is a fun adventure story with one of the most eccentric Disney heroes ever, Mr. Toad. Try to imagine a mix between the Aracuan and Basil on Baker Street that have been growing up with NASCAR drivers. And you have a very accurate description of Mr. Toad. The other segment is The Legend of the Sleepy Hollow. The writers were really able to make Ichabod a likable protagonist, and the short have several funny, heartwarming, and even scary moments. The film's high quality is not very surprising since it is directed by the legendary Disney animator James Alger, that also directed Bambi and the Sorcerer's Apprentice. But this would be his last animated film before he went over to make documentaries.